Hey guys, good morning. It's Melissa here. I wanted to take a few minutes and show you guys how to make one of my favorite recipes. It is pork carnitas in the crock pot. So I also wanted to take the opportunity to show you how easy and quick it is. So I am doing it in the morning. All my family's here. I'm getting ready to leave for work. So I have all the ingredients out, but it's really not that hard. It's going to take like 2 minutes. Okay, so I keep all of my recipes on Pinterest, and I have everything, all the ingredients and the recipes on my tablet right here in front of me. I'll share with you guys the recipe as soon as I post the video. So anyway, so there's pork carnitas tacos. You're going to use like a 2 to 2.5 pound pork shoulder. I usually get mine from Wegmans. They have a good like organic section there. So I like to get it organic from Wegmans, and sometimes they're on sale. And what I like to do when they're on sale is I'll just buy a couple of them and stick them in the freezer. Like this one's been frozen for a little while, but I bought them when they were on sale over a holiday weekend and stored them in the freezer until I'm ready to use them. So a lot of times I like to use the crock pot liners, but I'm out of them today. So what I'm going to do instead to kind of grease the bottom of the crock pot is just use a little bit of coconut oil. So I'm just going to rub the coconut oil in the bottom and up the sides of the crock pot. I love crock pot cooking during the week because it's, you know, you can set it in the morning and you kind of forget about it all day. And then when you come home, it's all ready to go. So I'm just going to put the pork shoulder in here in the bottom of the crock pot. You know, we're going to put some stuff on top of it. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are going to make the spice rub that goes on top of the pork. So I'm just going to grab a bowl out of the cabinet, and what ends up going in are 3 teaspoons of dried oregano. So I'm just going to get my teaspoon out. So we're going to do 3 teaspoons of dried oregano. So 1, 2, 3. Then in addition to that, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of black pepper. So I have my pepper mill, so I'm just going to guess what 2 teaspoons is. I usually just do that, and it turns out fine every time. So, you know, if you have it already cracked, then you would use 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Okay, and then after that, we're going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. So, just going to use 1 teaspoon of salt to dump it in. I use kosher salt. I feel like it's, you know, less processed, easier to digest. Then the last ingredient in the spice rub is going to be 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin. Now we like cumin, so I'm kind of going to guess the 1/2 teaspoon in the teaspoon measure. But you know, if you have a 1/2 teaspoon and you want to be specific about it, then you should be specific about it. So I'm just going to mix this up really quickly. And then all I'm going to do is kind of pour it on the top of the pork roast, press it down, flip it over, and then kind of take it in my hands and press it on the sides. Now some of it's going to go into the bottom of the crock pot, and that's fine too. I'm going to give my hands a quick rinse. Okay, so now all we're going to do after that is put the other ingredients in. So in addition to just the pork and the spice rub, we're going to use 1 onion. But you don't need to cut the onion into, you know, a small dice or anything. You're just going to kind of cut it up into chunks. So, you know, I just have my method for cutting up onions. I don't know what you guys do, but this works for me. So I'm just going to cut it into probably like 12 chunks, and you just toss it in. Do it quickly so that your eyes don't water. Okay, and then the very last ingredient is 3 garlic cloves. So you put them in whole, but you obviously want to take the skin off. So I'm just going to peel them off of my garlic head, and I'm going to get the skins off. And then just, oops, there's a little skin left there. And then just dump it in. Get the second one. And then I'm going to do number 3. Okay, and that's it. So now all we need to do is put the top on and start it. And you're gonna cook it for 6 to 8 hours on low until the meat is falling apart. Now there's no liquid in here, but that's fine because there's enough fat in the pork shoulder to kind of melt out of the meat, and it just kind of gives everything a really nice flavor. And then once it's all cooked, you will just shred it with a fork and then serve it you know, in corn tacos with some avocado and some raw cheddar on top, or we like to eat it over quinoa as well. So I hope that you enjoy it. Thanks.